Hello everybody. So sorry I'm running late. I dropped a big bottle of beads, and so I've been trying to clean that up, but I think I'm going to have to just come back to it in a little bit. But I'll be on in just a second. I just need to grab all the materials really quick. We are crocheting a new pattern today. We're going to design something new together for a Mother's Day gift, and all the flowers are available on the website for free today, but we're going to talk about all that in just a second. While I'm getting set up though, please let me know in the chat how everything sounds for the audio, just so that I'm not too loud and stuff like that. Okay, well, we'll get hooking in just a second. See you in a little bit. Hey guys, I'm so sorry I'm taking so long. I need to get a new bottle for our buttons too. So I'm just going to be a couple more minutes, but I'm almost ready to go. Okie dokie. Sorry for the delay. Hi, everybody. Oh, man, the camera's all wonky weird. Here, let's just go to this one. There we go. We'll just stick with this one for right now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am having a great week, and I'm a little tired, but you know what? I am ready to crochet a gift, and I'm very excited to crochet. I've actually been looking forward to crocheting with you guys literally all week. I've been not crocheting as much as I would have liked. Only a couple times a day have I been crocheting, so it's not nearly enough. And I need to get some more crochet, so we're going to have a pretty good stream today. Pretty big old, good old stream. What are we doing today? Well, I'll tell you. We are making a gift for Mother's Day. If you haven't already made a gift for Mother's Day, it's the time to be making one. Guys, seriously, it's only a couple days away. This Sunday is Mother's Day. So we want to make a gift for Mother's Day because dodoy, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to crochet my mom a flower, and maybe your mom a flower as well. If you have been on this channel for a while, you know that we have made quite a lot of flowers designed during these Mother's Day crochet alongs, because every year I make my mom a different flower. So we've made a sunflower for her, we made a rose, we've made a daffodil. These ones obviously aren't hers, she has hers at home. We also made a daffodil, we made a daisy, we made a tulip. So those are the ones we've made already. And I think it's time for a new flower for her. So today what we're going to do is we're actually going to design a flower live on camera. Here, wait, let me re-say that because I need to... Oh, wait. Oh, no. Never mind. I was hoping I could record this while I'm talking, but I might have to set that up in just a second. So, we are going to be designing live today. I'm very excited. I'm not too nervous, but I'm a little nervous. Here's my idea. I think what we should make for her is a calla lily, because it's a really fun, unique flower. It's very easy to see and tell that it's a flower and a calla lily. I have an idea on how it can be designed, so I thought that would be kind of a fun thing today is let's design a calla lily live together on camera. I don't know. I just think it'd be fun. And then afterwards, I'll write it to get onto the website as like an improvised pattern. Actually, hey, if you're in the chat, Cooper and Zoe, it would be really helpful if someone wrote down the tutorial a little bit while I went. It's probably won't be too complicated of a tutorial, and if you can't write it down, that's totally okay. I could do it later. It's really not the end of the world. But if you're available and free to do so, that would be kind of cool too. I'm going to record the process as I go so I can upload this as a video afterwards for people that want to recreate this pattern. So just so you know, like if you want to crochet along with us, I'm going to do my best to explain what I'm doing during the tutorial, obviously, or during this live stream, obviously, but you know, who knows how it's going to turn out. So I might have to go back, I might have to go forward. So yeah, that's just my heads up. I don't know if it's going to be really, really difficult or not. I don't know how it's going to turn out, to be completely honest. I just don't know. So we're going to have to figure that out together. Now, if you want to crochet along with me, here's what you're going to need. The first thing is we're going to move this beautiful bouquet to the side back here. We can talk about that later. What you're going to need, you're going to need some yarn, of course. Now, normally I would suggest this Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton yarn because it's our favorite kind of yarn to use. But obviously, if you do not have Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton yarn, you can use kind of any kind of yarn you want. And today, I actually don't have a lavender in this color, and I really thought it'd be fun to do this calla lily and lavender. So I'm going to use a comparable yarn. This is 100% cotton, worsted weight yarn. It's not Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton, so it's not as nice of a ply, but it'll work for what we want to make right now. So this is what we're going to be using for today's video, is this lavender cotton yarn. You'll also need so that's going to be for the petal itself and the flower. You also need something for the stamen. I'm going to use this yellow yarn for our stamen. I think that's what it's called, right? Stamen? Is that like the center thing? It's called a stamen? I think. I don't know. And then you'll also need some green, which I had. Oh, here. And you want these... I'm going to use this like sage green yarn so that it's kind of comparable with our lavender yarn here. So this is the materials that I'll be using for today's video. Outside of the yarn, you're going to need a crochet hook, of course. So I'm going to be using a size G, 4mm crochet hook. Favorite size hook to use. With worsted weight cotton yarn, I suggest using one like this if you can. You'll need a darning needle, so in hard to reach stitches, I like using this crimped end. And you'll need a pair of scissors for cutting stuff. These are actually in our dinosaur crochet kits. They're these really cool foldable scissors. So go get one of those if you want to. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ways you can support this channel, by the way, if you'd like to support. Let's talk about how you can support. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Before I get to the support, where can you find the pattern? I'm going to put the pattern right here on clubcrochet.com. There will be a link in the description and in the chat during this. There obviously won't be a pattern yet while I'm making this live stream, but there are a bunch of flower patterns on the website already. So if you'd like to learn how to crochet a bunch of different flowers, they all teach you how to make them with these little stands. There you go. Stand up. There you go. Good boy. If you want to learn how to make a bunch of different flowers, you can find the tutorials at clubcrochet.com/flower, or flowers with an S. If you go to that page, I have put all of the flower patterns for free, just for today. So it's just like a little thank you for being here. So if you'd like to crochet along with me, go check out those free patterns. You can find them at clubcrochet.com/flowers, or just going to clubcrochet.com and searching flowers would also totally work. Okay, what else did we want to talk about before we get started? Oh yes, ways you can support this channel. If you really like what's going on here and you want to support what we do on this channel, there's a whole bunch of ways you can support. This channel is completely supported by its audience, so it is totally up to you to help make this channel a thing and make me keep making stuff. So if you like what's going on here and you want to help support, there's a few ways you can do so. The first, freest, easiest, cheapest way is just like this video down below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with new videos. I do new live streams like this every single week. We have books coming out. We have all this cool stuff, and all you need to do is like and subscribe so that you can keep in the know about everything coming to the Club Crochet world very soon. Other ways you can support, merch. Yes, we have merch and kits and pins and t-shirts and all this kind of stuff in the shop. And actually what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to get pre-orders for the brand new book called Crochet Goomies that is coming out this year. And what we're doing right now is we're doing a special thing where everybody that pre-orders, we add a button to this jar, and if we can't close this jar, we will unlock a giveaway. And I have a feeling we might close this up today, or like finish this giveaway today. So let's go ahead and add all the buttons that happened between now and last week and see if we can figure out a winner to that giveaway. The winner of the giveaway will win. Hold on. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. And I don't know where he is. Where are you, buddy? Bobby. Bobby! I think he's in the other room. Yeah, he is in the other room. Okay, well, 1 second. Whee! I'm back. This is what you can win. I'm giving away an actual crochet. You don't give away my crochet very often, but we're giving away a crochet to one random pre-order from the people that pre-order. If you want to pre-order right now, literally right now, then you will be entered to win this giveaway. After this giveaway, we're probably going to do another one, and it's going to still be in those pre-orders. So everybody that pre-orders will be entered to win future giveaways too. So go pre-order the book and let me know in the chat. And if you do let me know, I'll add another button for you. But let's go ahead and add all the buttons of people that already pre-ordered. Whew. There. Okay. So we stopped, I think, at 41. And now we have 54. So we'll just go ahead. I'm just going to pull a bunch of buttons. And we're just going to keep going. These are all at random, by the way. And we're going to give a little thank you to all the people that have supported since our last one. I believe the last one I did was probably... I think it was Cooper. So Cooper was... Oh, wow. We do have a lot. Okay, so we're going to go in order here. I'm trying to think of how I can best do this without, like, saying who everybody is. All right, we're going to go... I'm going to do my best to not say full emails, because that's all I kind of have access to right now is the name of the emails. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say a part of the email so that you know if it's you or not. So, these are for everybody that self-support this. That's going to be Bunny. Thank you so much, Bunny. We're going to do this big button. This is like kind of a crazy button. This actually might already push us over. That one's going to be for Bunny. This one's going to be for Marjorie. Thank you, Marjorie. Marjorie actually did two, so we'll do this little button for Marjorie as well. Then we've got MLG. Whoa, this button is awesome. Oh my god, this button's so cool. This looks like a tire. Wow, I'm going to use this for something in the future. Then we got K Miriam. Thank you, K Miriam. And we've got Yiwoo, or Yuyi, and Lizzie. And hold on, gotta go to the next page. And we've got Willow, and we've got Howling Avenger. Thank you. I think we already can't close this, but we're gonna see in a second. Placent. Oops, that one was for Christine. This one is for iBraid. This one is for Paige. This one is for Espinoza. This one is for FFX. Oh my gosh. Hold on, we need more buttons here. We definitely can't close this already. This one is for Fluta. And a little one here for Dirin and Dee Dee. Oh my gosh, yeah, we definitely can't close this. Hootie, thank you. Loreline, thank you. CYP, thank you. Rosanna, thank you. Willow, thank you. Ooh, this one's a cool little star. This is for you, Willow. That's a neat one. Okay, let me refresh, make sure there wasn't any people that pre-ordered between now and... Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Okay, guys, I have a pretty confident in saying that this is not going to close anymore, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay, ready? Yeah, that's going to be a no on the close. That's going to be a no on the closing. So, that means we have a winner. Let's go ahead and pick our winner. We're going to pick it at random from the people that supported. We have got random number generator. Hold on. Boom. We have a winner. Oopsies. Sorry, camera. All right. Number 47. So we're on. There we go. Wait, hold on. 3, 2, 50, 49, 48. All right, and the winner is, hold on, Fluta, a.k.a. Jill, J-Y-L-L. I don't know if you were in the live stream right now, but congratulations, Jill. I'll be emailing you right after this. And let's get rocking and rolling on our next giveaway. Boom. Another bottle, another giveaway. Now, what are we going to give away for this bottle? I don't know. But everybody that entered the last giveaway is now in our next giveaway. So, our next giveaway will happen when this bottle gets filled up. And we're going to give away another crochet that I complete. What will I be giving away? We'll make it next weekend. Or next Friday. So, next Friday, we'll make another item to give away to one of the lucky people that entered the giveaway by pre-ordering the book. Okay, there is my little... thank you so much to everybody that helped pre-order. Now let's get hooking. I don't know if Jill, are you in the chat? I'm not sure if you are in the chat or not. No, I don't know. Okay, well, congratulations, Jill. And don't worry, there's going to be more and more of those giveaways down the line. All right, let's do this. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be crocheting a calla lily today, and let's start by actually drawing out what we're going to crochet to just help us kind of visualize this a little bit better. And I did have a pen that I thought I brought in here. somewhere. Okay. So we're making a calla lily. Now a calla lily looks kind of like, if you don't know, I would suggest Googling it, but it's kind of like this a little bit, and then like, it's kind of like that, and then there's like this big stamen thing that comes out the inside there, and then it's like do, and then do, and then a big leaf, right? Something like that is kind of what a calla lily looks like. So how are we gonna make this? Here's my thought. First off, I think maybe we start by making... Actually, you know what? We probably start by making the petal. Now the petal, it's just one big petal, I'm pretty sure, for a calla lily. I'm pretty sure it's like, it's basically like this. Right? And then this gets like folded over. Like it's like a giant teardrop petal. And then this part gets folded over on that part. And then we can connect together right here to keep everything folded. And then in that connection point, we can connect our stamen, which will be like a long, like yellow fuzzy thing. I don't really know how we're gonna make the stamen yet. And then after we're done with all the petal part, we'll just connect it down here and just start crocheting down a really long stem. And then we'll put on that long stem, we'll put a wire in there to make it connected. That's my plan. I don't know how it's gonna go, to be completely honest. So we are gonna find out soon. Oh my gosh, I have a big box of a bunch of my gummies, and it just fell over, and all my gummies just tumbled on the floor. But whatever, we'll deal with that later. Also, it's really hot in here. So before I even get crocheting, let me turn on my fan really quick so I don't die. I don't want to die. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start crocheting this calla lily. And let me know if you have any questions in the chat. And chat, by the way, hello everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for joining today. Hold on, I need to make sure that I know where the center is. This is supposed to be the center, so I'm gonna move this camera over just a little bit on the mobile version. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. All right. Hold on. That'll have to do. That'll have to do. Okay. All right, let's get hooking. We want to start by making, let's just start by making the petal. I think that's probably the best move. And we're going to want to make a pretty sizable petal. Because we want this to be a pretty big flower, you know, to match the other flowers. So we're going to start with our lavender yarn here. And I think I'm going to start with kind of... Let's see, I can either go like a big circle and then start raising it up and make... Actually, yeah, let's do that. So it'll be like an ovular... Like, where'd I put the... Man. The amount of times I lose my pen. So I was thinking, there's kind of two ways we could do this shape. The first way is we could go just like up here, we could do a chain up and then start crocheting around it and around it and around it and then make this part. Or, that might look better. Actually, that probably will look better because then it'll look like it's coming from the base of the petal. The other option we could do is we could start from the center, make a circle, and then do like half doubles and doubles and stuff to create the shaping as we start reaching it out. Which might look good because it will fold over in a good way, but let's try to do the chain part instead. Like do a chain and then single crochet around a chain instead. Because I think we'll get a easier way to make that shape. Now, how big do we want to make this petal? I think pretty big, right? Like probably like the size of my hand. So maybe we go up to like from the base of my hand to the like the palm part for a chain. Let me single crochet. No, but then we're gonna have to do half doubles over here to start creating that shape, and then up here we'll go do. Okay, yeah, I think we can do this. I think we can do it that way. I think that's probably gonna be the easiest way. I don't know, but you know what I do know is that we are gonna figure it out together. I believe in us. I believe in us, and I believe that we can do this, and we can figure this out. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Hold on, I need to find that center again. There's the center. And there we go. Okay. So we're going to start with our chain. I'm going to start with just a slip knot, real easy squeezy lemon peasy like these. Throw that in there. All right. Hello, everybody in the chat, by the way. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to make a chain about the length of my palm. So it's probably going to be like, I'm going to guess like 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Let's see how I was at assuming. Hey, guys, come on. Are you kidding me? Dude, I'm a freaking crochet genius, man. Look at that. Wait, hold on. I gotta hold it out. It's like almost exactly as long as my palm. Okay, perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 14 chains to start. There we go. And I'm gonna skip the first chain, and I'm just gonna single. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna skip that first chain. We'll single crochet one into the second. You know what? I'm gonna work in the back bumps actually. So when you're looking at the chain like this, there we go. There's a back bump, which are these bumps on the back of it. So we're gonna work into those back bumps instead. So I'm gonna skip that first chain, working into the back bump right here. Going down the chain, we're gonna do one single crochet. Let's do 2 single crochets. We'll do 2 single crochets. Okay. Boom. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to do half doubles. Let's do 2 half double crochets. Again, we're working these back bumps here. Now, if you have never crocheted before in your life, I probably would not suggest starting with whatever pattern we're making right now, because I am ad-libbing it, and it's probably just not going to be great for beginners. So if you've never crocheted before, try an easier pattern. Okay, so that's half double crochets. Let's do 1, 2. So we want to do this backwards, right? So single. Actually, you know, we want it to be a little less. So single, half, double, double. And then we go here, double, double. Let's just do a bunch of double crochets now. Actually, we'll do one more half double. So we got 2 singles, 3 half double crochets, and then we'll go to double crochets. We're gonna do, let's go with 1 and 2. That. It would probably be smart to do a connected double so that we didn't have too many holes in our petal, but we can maybe do that on the second one if we make another. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna do 6 double crochets, I think. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll go 4, 5, 6. 4. I think this is gonna work. I don't know. 5 and 6 will be right here. Problem is this hook is not great with this yarn because it's not plied like the club crochet yarn, so the hook keeps splitting the yarn. Okay, so now we're gonna do to finish this first little row part up is we're gonna do a half double crochet in the next one right here. This is only gonna be the first part. We're not done with our first round yet. We're gonna do half double crochet there, and then we're gonna do 1 single crochet into the next one. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 more single crochet right there, and let's hold that out like this and see what we got going on here. Yeah, so you see the shaping I'm kind of starting to create there. Now obviously we're hoping that we can get it even more bulbous down here and thinner up here, so it'll be more of like an oval is what I'm kind of going for by the end. We're gonna go a few rounds around this though. Okay, again, that was chain 14, single crochet, working in the back bumps only. We did 2 single crochets, 3 half double crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets, 1 half double crochet, and then 1 single crochet. Now we're going to turn our piece 180 degrees around like that. Let me also actually turn this camera a little lower for you so I'm not out of the camera too much. I think that's probably pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to turn our piece 180 degrees around like this. And then we're going to work into the top loops only. Actually, yeah, we're going to work in the top loops only. No, we can work into both loops. So we're going to work into both loops like this, across the top here. And we're going to do 2 single crochets into our first one right there. So we're going to go into that first chain, do 2 single crochets. I'm also going to work around this tail end as I do these stitches. So we're going to do 2 in the first one. That's 1 and 2. That looks pretty good. And then we'll do a half double in the next one. We'll keep working around this tail as long as we feel comfortable. Hopefully I can get into this next stitch. It's kind of hard to get into both loops. There we go. Come on. There we go. Half double. So we're basically going to do the same thing backwards. So we did our singles. We did a half double there. Now we want to do 6 double crochets. So we're kind of like replicating what we did on the other side of this petal all the way over is the plan. All right. So that's going to be 6 of these. 1. I hope this works out. I don't want to have to do this a bunch of times, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3. Go. There's 4. Maybe we can get in there. 5. And then 1 more of those doubles. I'm going to leave that tail end there. Okay, so that would be 6 double crochets. And then we want 1, 2, 3 half doubles and then 2 singles to get to the end. 1. How's everybody's week been? 2. And 3. And then 2 single crochets. Ah! So this will be 1. And then 1 more will be right there at the very end. Now at the end part, you know what we're also going to do? We're going to do 1. We're going to do 2 or 1 more single crochet into that same first. Actually, yeah, we're going to do 1 more single crochet in that last chain. So 2 single crochets, an increase essentially in that very last stitch right there. And I think that's going to be the end of what we're going to call round 1 of this. So you can kind of see a little bit, like obviously it's going to get much bigger than this, but you can kind of see that's how it's going to be folded over a little bit, you know, but it's going to be big enough so that it really folds it over. Okay, let's keep going though, and hope that this really comes the way we want it to. All right, so the next round is going to be round 2 here. We're going to start by doing, let's see, do I want to do an increase here? 1. No, we don't need to do an increase. We'll do 1 single crochet. We'll do 2 single crochets. And then, because we're going to make that point later up anyhow. Then we're going to do half, double. I think we're going to do the same kind of thing where we did half crochets and double crochets. So we're going to do, let's just try doing the same thing. We'll do half double crochets. 1 and 2. Let's do 3 half doubles here. Okay. And then we'll do some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 double crochets now. 1, 2, 3. 4, let's do 5. Let's see how 5 looks. You can see it's already kind of bending in, which isn't a problem because we want it to bend out later anyhow. If it's bending in, it'll bend out, no problem. You know? I'm going to cut this tail end real quick too. So get that out of the way. Alright, so that's 5. Let's do 6 doubles. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay, and now we're going to do half double crochet here. And then in this last one, let's do 1, 2, 3 increases in a row. So that's 2 single crochets into the next 3 stitches in a row. Yeah. So 3 increases in a row is going to help us turn it around. So there's 1 and 2. And there's 1 and 2. And then 1 more right here. 1 and 2 will turn us around. Okay, now we're going to work that same kind of pattern of stitches back up. So that was 1/2 double crochet on the bottom part here. And then it was 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe it was 6 double crochets. But we'll count it. 1, 2. Actually, I think we only really need like 1, maybe 2 more rounds of this petal. I think we're good. Let's see. 3, 4, because it's getting bigger than I thought, faster than I thought. 5. Let's count that again. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. So I did replicate the last one. 5, and then 6 will be right here. All right, so that's 6. That's looking pretty good. And then we'll do a 1/2 double in the next 2. So 2 1/2 double crochets in a row. Why not? There's 1 and 2. And then we'll do a single crochet in the last 1, 2, and we'll do 2 singles, and then in this last one right here at the tip, we're going to do an increase into this side. I kind of wish I did an increase on the other side too. Whatever, we'll do it next time. So increase right here in our very last stitch. Let's count our stitches really quick just to see what we got working with. I also think it's maybe kind of folding in a little more than we want. I don't know actually, because again, like it's going to fold over, like we're hoping we can get it to fold over kind of like this. And then have it like go over like that, you know? So I think if we do like 1 or 2 more rounds, I think it'll be big enough. I'm hoping it'll be big enough. Maybe I should cut this out of paper. You know what, let's try that out really quick. Just to, I don't know if this is gonna help at all, but I mean, I feel like it's worth a shot. So I'm just gonna take this piece of paper that we used to draw one of our crabs back in the day, and let's cut it into the shape that I'm thinking of. I probably should have done this first. So I think it's like this, though. Kinda like that, and then it goes up. Like a big point, which is just gonna be a chain when we get there. Down. Maybe I should have done it more of a circle. I don't know. Let's see how this folds together. So if it's something like this and it folds together like this, right? And then the stamen's in the center there, and then this hopefully like folds out a little bit. Actually, I think that is good. I think this maybe is a little small, but it is good. Okay, so we want this shape bigger. Let's see how our shape is turning out right now. Ooh, it's giving a little not the shape we're feeling right now. I mean, it's close, but you know, there's a lot to fill in over here, over there. So I think we're gonna have to go up to triple crochets in the center here now to try to increase it a little bit bigger. Let's try it. Let's try it before we decide to like redo the whole petal part. Petal part. Hello, Cora. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we're gonna go. We're gonna try to get it bigger quicker now. So we're gonna do 1. We'll still do 1, 2 single crochet. Oh wait, we want to do an increase in the first. Okay, so 1 increase in the first stitch right there. So that point is going to come out right through the center right there. And then we're going to do 1 more single crochet. So an increase in the first, single crochet in the next. And then we want to increase. We want to get this bigger quicker, right? So we want to go half double, 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 triples after that. So we're going to start with the half double right here. And then, so that's 1 half double. And then let's do 2 double crochets after that. And then we're going to do triples. So 1, 2, let's try a triple. They're also called treble crochets if you're in the UK and stuff, I think. Actually, treble crochets are a completely different stitch, I think, if you're in the UK. Let's see, we might want to even do increases here. That's the center. Ah, that is giving us that rounded shape a little bit better. But if we did 2 there, and then we did 1, boom, boom, 1, 2, boom. I think that would work. Let's try a 2 here. So I'm going to try a treble or triple crochet increase is that stitch right there. Like that. Like, and subscribe. Okay. Is that too much is the question. I don't know. I feel like it might be too much. Right? Like maybe I overcorrected a little bit. Because triple increase here, then half those halves in the singles. And then when I get back to the top here, we do that long tip. And then we cut and slip stitch. And hope it's big enough. No, we want it to be bigger anyhow, so maybe I didn't overdo it. Okay, let's just keep going then. So triple increase was that last one. What are we crocheting? We're crocheting a calla lily for Mother's Day. All right, now we're going to try a few triple crochets in a row. No increases here, just triple crochets. Again, I probably should be doing a triple crochet reconnect here, but whatever. 1, 2. Try right there. 2. Let's do one more right here. This one might end up being an increase, but we'll hold it up to our little sample that we made right there. This goes in the center. Boop, boop. This would be an increase, then double, half, single, single, and then a couple of single increases. Yeah, okay. So, wait. Yeah, we're going to do another triple crochet in that stitch. I'm going to count off these stitches at the end of this round, by the way. For anybody that's like, okay, wait, what are the stitches? Don't you worry. I will go back to this round and basically reread what I did. All right, so that was double, then a half, then a single, and we're gonna do let's do a single crochet increase after that. So right here will be an increase, and then we'll do 2, we'll do 3, 2 single crochets after that, and then another increase. Because this will be the base part that we work into, so it'd be like that, so it closes it in. You know? This. That's looking pretty good. Okay. Increase there was a single after that, so 1 single crochet here. And then we're gonna do the same thing backwards, which would be a half double crochet to start. Boom. Then a double crochet. Boom. Then triple increase. Ooh. Where is everyone? I think everyone's in the chat. Hi, chat. Anybody in there? I think everybody's in the chat. I think they're just being quiet because maybe they're crocheting along with us. 1, 2. Next up is, yeah, triple crochet increase is up next right here. 1, 2, 3, and we'll do that again right there. 1, 2, 3. It's pretty good. And then how many triple crochets was it to get back around? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and then an increase. Okay. So 3 more triples. 1. And another triple. We want 3 of these. 1, 2, and then 1 more here. Okay. So that's 3 triples, and then we want another increase after it right here, which is going to be a triple crochet increase. So 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll do another one in the same stitch. And let's see how this looks. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's see what we got here. So there's our shaping. Can you see that down? Yeah, you can. And here's our test. That's good, actually. Wow, that's pretty good. And then we'll go up, and then we'll do this big thing, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay. So the next one was triple. Oh, the next one was just one triple. So this is one triple, and then a double, then a half, then a single. No, wait. This should be a single. Half. Double. Triple. And that was the triple increase. Was there 4 in between increases? Or do I just have more stitches on one side because I increased it once over here? That's what happened. Aha, I see. Okay, yeah, so we'll just keep the repeat going then. So we're going to do triple crochet increase. Next we have just one triple crochet in the next stitch. And don't worry, again, I will read through what I did here in just a second. Then a double, then a half double, and then we just got single crochets. So we're going to do one single. Let's see, one. This is going to be enough. 1, 2. You know what? We're going to not do that. We're going to do actually. So we did that double. We're going to do a half double, and we're going to do another half double. I know it's kind of awkward at the end there, but it'll make things count together better. And then we're going to do those singles. So single 1, and then we'll do a single crochet 2 right there. 2. Let's make sure this will fold over. So if I crochet all these last stitches together like that, I'm hoping we can get it to fold over right. I think that's pretty good, actually. Maybe we have it go the other way, though, like this instead. You know? So it's like that. These connect together like this. You know, and this kind of gets folded under it. Like that. That's pretty good. And then we throw a stamen in there, and obviously we have that long little like tip of the flower right there. Hey guys, come on, dude. This shaping's actually is working shockingly well. Okay. Blair, you can't find the daffodil pattern. You know what? I don't know if I have it on the website. I'll put that on the website as soon as I can. Thank you. You want to say hi? No? Okay.
Hi from off camera.
Jules says hi from off camera. Our little barista, brought us this beautiful coffee. Thank you. All right, back to crocheting here. We have just a couple more stitches here. So we got one. We're going to do an increase into this stitch right here. So 1 and then 2 into that same stitch. And then that's technically the end of our round. Yeah, that's technically the end of our round. So before I do my last round here where we do the little, like the long tip part, let's read through exactly what that last round was. So that was round, I believe that was round, let's see, we did 1, 2, that was only round 3. Wow, there's only 3 rounds of the petal. Okay, so round 3, I'm going to read it out loud for you. Oh, I don't know why the camera did that. There you go. Okay, so round 3, this is what round 3 was. Ready? Increase 1, single crochet increase once, then 1 single crochet, then 1 half double crochet, then 2 double crochets. Oh, that was a double. Was that a triple? No, that's a double. So this one should have been a double. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta go back. I messed up. So the triple's an increase. That's normal. But then double. 1, 2, 3, increase. Double. Okay, so this should be a double. and then a double. There we go. Then a half double. What was it? Half double. Then the singles. So this is the singles. Okay, so single. Oh no, and then we wanted an extra half double. That's what it was. Half double, half double. Okay, okay. Sorry. Let me count that through one more time. 1 second. One single. Last stitch here was an increase. Okay. We see it shaping out. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, again. Round 3 was increase single crochet once, then 1 single crochet, then 1 half double crochet, then 2 double crochets, then a triple crochet increase, then 3 triple crochets, 1, 2, 3, then another triple crochet increase, then a double crochet, then a half double crochet, then a single crochet, then an increase, single crochet increase, then 2 single crochets, and then we work backwards. Single crochet increase, 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, triple crochet increase, so 2 in the same stitch, 3 triple crochets in the same stitch, or 3 triple crochets in a row, then a triple crochet increase, then a double crochet and another double crochet, so 2 double crochets after that last triple crochet increase, then 2 half double crochets, then 2 single crochets, and then you finish up with 1 single crochet increase into that last stitch. That is round 3. And again, we're going to write this all down after the live stream and before we get this on the site. Okay. Now, next thing we want to do is we want to make that little tip there and then kind of clean up this edge, and then we'll be done. So, with the petal. So let's start by chaining. How many do we want to chain? Put this down like that. Chain 7? 6 or 7 maybe? Let's try it. We'll try 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Would that be long enough? I think that's long enough. Okay, so we'll try chaining 6. We're going to work into those back bumps for those chains. Again, those are the backs of the chains right here. We're going to do a slip stitch into the first back bump right here to start, because we want it to be pointy. And then we'll do 1, 2 single crochets. Let's try just 2 and see how that goes. 1 and 2. Then let's do 1 more single crochet right here. Like that. Yeah, nice. And then we'll do, let's do a half double crochet in the next one right here. Actually, you know what? Okay, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains. So chain 6, skip the first chain, slip stitch into the first chain, then single crochet 3, then into the last chain and into the connecting base stitch, we're going to do a single crochet 2 together. So I'm going to go into the next chain right here and pull a loop through as if I was doing a single crochet. Then I'm going to go into the base chain, or base stitch from the last stitch we made right here, and pull another loop through. And now I'll have 3 loops on the hook. We'll yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to connect it to the base a little bit cleaner, see? It's kind of nice. All right, next we're going to do a single crochet into the next stitch along the base, and then a slip stitch into the next one right there. I think that'll be good. Yeah, I think that'll be good for us. And it does have kind of like an oblong shape, you know, it's kind of like tipping out that way, but I'm hoping that that's actually going to look really good. It's kind of what I'm aiming for. You know, if this goes in like that. We're actually inside out right now, so we want it to go the other way. So like this way, actually. So like that. And then this would go like, there'd be a stamen in there, going up, and then this would come out like that. I think that's pretty good. Okay, cool. We're going to call it there. We're going to cut the yarn, pull it through, and then I'll just hide this end into the next stitch on the edge there. What do we think, team? Are we liking the way this is coming together? Now the thing we could have done to fix this and make it just maybe a little bit cleaner is we could have done a not a reconnect. I think it's connected doubles and connected triple crochets. When we did those triples and doubles, we could have done connected ones, which would mitigate the holes that are in it. See how you can see my finger through the stitches there? We could have fixed that by working our doubles together into each other so we'd pull loops through them. But we didn't do that, so maybe I'll have to do a tutorial on how that works in the future. I'm going to thread this. I'm going to hide this just a few more stitches on the inside. Just because I really don't want this to be shown from the outside. So I'm just going to go down a few more like that. Nice. And we'll just cut that close. Okay. There we go. Okay, so in my opinion, I think that's a pretty good petal. And now the idea is this is the outside. You can tell that's where the V's are on the outside. This is the inside of the petal. We turn the petal in like this. And we're going to crochet around that base part too. We turn the petal around like that. Maybe even a little bit more like this. So that these pieces are a little bit more seamed together when we sew things together. And then we have, I think that's pretty good. What do you guys think? Does it look like a calla lily? I think it kind of does, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize the camera. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. How long was that like that? That's so funny. Okay, so anyhow, this is the shape of the calla lily of what we got. I think it's a pretty good shape. I think it's not bad. I'm a little worried that the stem, we're probably going to have to crochet the stem maybe a little smaller than we normally do. Let's go ahead and shift gears really quick and work on a stamen. Now I want some different yellow. Okay. Okay. So I think it's called the stamen, right? Oh, it literally just happened. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I caught that really fast. Is the center of this called a stamen? I don't want to say it wrong. I believe it is called the stamen, though. Yeah. Okay. Now, calla lilies actually have a pretty... Calla lilies have actually a pretty, like, big stamen. So we're going to, you know, maybe I could just pull a loop up here. So we don't have to even chain anything together. Maybe just pull a loop up right there. And just create a chain. Where however long we want the stamen to be. And then we'll just single, connect it together. Right? Then we don't have to, like, sew anything together. Let's try it. Because if we can, like, avoid sewing together, that would be really cool. So I'm going to create a slip knot with our yellow yarn. And we're going to pull a loop through... I'm going to pull it this way through the... Remember how we had, at the very last stitches here, we had an increase, 2 singles, and then an increase? Yeah. So we're going to pull through the second... So right here, the second single crochet between increases. So increase here, single, single. On the back of that second single, like that, we're going to pull through the back loop right there. And we're just going to take a loop, or slip knot rather, and we're just going to pull that through and then create a chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 7 and 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe go 13 and 14 because we want it pretty big. Is that too big? I mean, it's going to get pulled down, right? 14, because if this goes over like that, I think it's pretty good actually. Yeah, we're going to go 14. 14, yeah. Okay, so 14 chains down. And do I want to just do slip stitches? Maybe I do. Let's just try doing that. We're going to slip stitch all the way down to the base, which should be 13 slip stitches because we're skipping our first chain. So skip the first chain, slip stitch all the way down is the way to really say it. Now it is going to have a bit of a curve to this, but I think we can kind of fix that in a second. So let's count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we'll go 11 and 12. 12? Is that right? Did I mess up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13. I just miscounted. Okay, so we're going to chain all the way down. That's 13 chains down. I'm not going to connect it to the base just yet. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our piece. Yeah, we're going to turn this chain. And we'll chain 1. And we're going to slip stitch all the way up. Let's work only in the top loop like that. Yeah, so we're only working that top loop of the slip stitches, and we're going to slip stitch all the way up. It should still be, I believe, 12 slip stitches all the way to the top. We're only going into that top loop too. We're going to connect this together with the other end on our way down so that it like creates this really solid like stamen. That's our goal. And then we'll try to connect it together at the base there. And hopefully we can hide the little ends when we crochet it together. I actually think we might end up being able to make this thing with no sewing, which is kind of insane if I can pull that off. I don't know. No promises there. But that would be crazy. And that's what we did with the sunflower. The sunflower's a no-sew pattern. All right. Okay, a couple more. What does a calla lily's petals, or not petals, leaves look like? We need to find that out too. Okay, we're gonna slip stitch all the way up there. I should be 12, or 13 slip stitches. Let me count though. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 slip stitches, yeah. Okay, so next we're going to turn again, and this is going to be a weird part, so just heads up. Turn again. So now we have it like this, kind of. See? And we're going to push this part over, and I'm going to take our last bit here. We're not even going to do a chain. Yeah, we won't do a chain. What we're going to do instead... Hold on, I gotta count my stitches over. So that's 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 would be right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull through this stitch. So we're gonna go back 1 stitch right here to this one right there. And we're gonna pull our loop through that slip stitch right there. A little tighter. And what we want to do is we want to go into the next stitch, which will be right there, and into the adjacent stitch across from it, which will be right here, like that. And then we're just going to slip stitch down, and this will seam this together and hopefully give it like a really like dense shaping to it so it stays upright is the goal. Let me count my stitches though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah, we'll be fine. Alright, so I'm just slip stitching down like that. I actually think this is totally gonna work. I think it will. Oh my goodness, if it does though. If it does though. Not too bad. slip stitch, and the next one right here. So see how I'm like kind of connecting these two together? Wow. I don't think I've ever done anything like this. But I'll tell you what, this is a great way to make like a really solid, like just arm or something like that. It would be nice to put a pipe cleaner or something in that, but I don't really think we need to necessarily, you know? Ooh, thank you so much, Jill. Jill says that a calla lily's leaves are large arrow-headed shaped leaves. Okay, typically green. Okay, so I will Google that. I'm gonna go to Daddy Google and find out. Okay. Only a few more of these slip stitches. Almost done with this part. Dude, I can't believe this is coming together so quick. I thought the petal was going to take way longer, to be completely honest. I thought I was going to have to do it like 4 times. Okay. Just a couple more. Ah! There we go. I'm going to rip my yarn if I'm not careful. Last one will be right there. And right here. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna slip stitch to the next stitch down on the base of the petal. So right here. So like right there. This one. Let me get closer. Right there. That one. You want to slip stitch to this. And notice how I'm only in that back loop. I'm just gonna slip stitch to that like that. And then I'll go ahead, we'll cut the yarn and pull it through. And this is going to go in the body. But then this whole thing's going to turn up like that. This flower's about to get turned up. And then this part's going to close in. And we're going to crochet around it to keep it on the inside. And then we have... Look at, come on, dudes. Come on, dudes. What? That's freaking awesome, dude. That's so cool. That really is working out. We could have made this stamen a little bigger, too, if we wanted to. But we don't have to, you know. It's not the end of the world. But I do think it's it's shaping the way I want it to in a shocking way. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking it. It does kind of look like an I-cord, actually. It's like a really dense I-cord. Okay, so I'm going to pull this tail end here right through that same chain we used, or that same stitch, because we're just going to work around it anyhow. And let's now get our green yarn, and we'll connect our green yarn and start crocheting that around. I can't believe this is working. This is crazy. Okay, wait, I need to do a little research really quick on calla lilies. So the first thing we want to know is, do they have little edge bits? No, they don't. Okay, that's good to know. Second question I had was a leaf. Oh yes, long. They're very long and pointed. Yes, you're totally right. Okay, cool. Thank you for that, letting me know that. So it's just basically going to be a long chain for the leaf. I'm sorry. We will answer you more in the chat. Okay. All right. So next up, we need this green yarn. And we'll bring the leaf into it a little later. All right. So how are we going to do this is going to be a good question. I think what we want to do is we want to connect 6 together. So if I pull a loop through... So if we look on the back of our petal here, see if I can get a good angle. So right there is probably the best angle for us. It hits all the cameras. So we're going to pull a loop through right here. That's going to be on the last round. Remember how we had those increases? The second stitch, wait, no. We're going to go through the first stitch right here. So starting at the increase, we're going to do that first stitch of the increase. We're going to pull a loop through, do a chain, and single crochet into that same stitch. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochets across. And then we're going to connect those together. That's the plan. So we're going to go into this first stitch right there. We'll get our green yarn. And I'm just going to create a loop with my green yarn and pull it through that stitch. And then we'll create a chain like that. And I'm going to start by single crocheting into that same stitch that I just worked that loop through. So we're going to start in a single crochet there. And then we'll go to the next stitch right here and do another single crochet. I'm going to work around my tail as I do this. And then we're going to go to the next stitch right here and do another single crochet. We want 6 of these. And then the next one's right here. We'll do another single crochet. That's 4. And then one right here will be 5. And then one last one will be right here for 6. So it'll create this little line like that. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to connect these lines together like this. And we might end up having to sew some of this petal together later, but this might actually hold it together in a nice way. That's kind of what at least that's what I'm hoping for. I'm also going to double knot before I even go into our next round of the stem here. I'm going to double knot these 2 yellow ends just to keep them in place, and they're going to get hidden on the inside anyhow, so we're just going to double knot them right now. Like that. And I don't need to cut them yet because I do want it to make sure that it gets hidden into the stem. So we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so we got that little stem going. Now what we want to do is we want to find our first stitch of our green yarn. It's going to be right there. I'm going to pull my loop out a little bit because we're going to get that crochet hook into that first one right there. And, oh, I'm sorry, wait. I want this tail end to be on the outside like that. Then I turn it around. Then I go into the stitch like this. And now we're going to do a single crochet into that first green stitch like that. All right. And now we just want to do a single crochet into each one of these stitches around to start. 1, 2, there should be 6 of these. 3, 4, 5, and the last one will be right there for 6, like that. Go ahead, I'm going to pull this green end a little tighter, and I'm going to pull all of these tail ends right here because we want them all to come through the center like that. This yellow one too, please. Thank you. Like that. Okay. See what I'm saying there? Now we've got like a stem started. And I don't know if we really need it to be this thick of a stem. Maybe. Maybe. We're definitely going to need to seam this together though, unfortunately. We're going to need a little bit of lavender yarn to seam that together. Just so that these 2 ends, like it closes the petal more, like that. And then this part, we can just kind of fold out like that a little bit. Or let it stay out, like stay up. I kind of want this part to kind of fold over like that. Which I feel feels a little bit more calla-lily-y. You see what I mean? Like these parts need to be sewn together. So just like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 stitches up, like that. With some lavender yarn. Maybe we should just do that now so we can hide the lavender yarn on the inside as we crochet our stem. Right? I think so. I think that's a good way to do it. Okay, let's do that. Let's go ahead. We're going to grab just a little bit of lavender yarn. Honestly, we don't need very much here. I think like this is probably fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom, work up, and then work back down. So we're going to go in through the base right here. And I'm going to connect to the back loop of this first stitch right there. Just like that. We're going to keep that tail end on the inside. We're going to go to the adjacent stitch across. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I went through the wrong stitch. We want to go through this one right there, I think. Yeah, like that. And then we're going to go through the adjacent stitch across from it right here. And then into the next stitch up right there. And we're just going to do this for a few stitches. 1 and 2. That. And maybe 4. Yeah, we'll go up to 4. 3 right there. Nice. And then we'll go 4 right there. We'll come back out of the same stitch. This. Nice. Yeah, like that. That's pretty great. Cool. And now we're just going to work it back down. So we're just going to go into that same one. And then across to this one. Wait. Out of this stitch. Yeah. Into the one across. Down to here. That. In. Down. Then in, and then I'm just going to go in through this green stitch just to kind of keep it closed. That. And we're going to come down through the outside this. There we go. So there we go. So that kind of keeps it closed a little bit better. Maybe there's a better way to do that, but honestly, it doesn't look bad, right? It looks pretty good. I mean, it's a little messy, but whatever. I've done worse. Pretty good. Okay. You're working on dinos and chenille yarn, Lizzie? That's awesome, dude. I love that. Oh my gosh, send some pictures. Put some pictures in the Discord when you're done. I started finally posting to the Discord in the look what I made thread. So you'll see me a little bit more often there, I think. That looks really good, I think. Oh, my mom's going to love this. We might have enough time to make 2 of these. Okay, I'm not going to make that promise, though, because I do that all the time, and then I get to the end of the live stream, I'm so tired. All right, let's go ahead. I'm just going to double knot these 2 lavender ends, just so that they stay on the inside, and nothing gets undone. And then what we want to do is just start crocheting the stem. I kind of feel like we maybe should make the stem a little bit thinner than we normally do. I don't know. Let's look at the calla lily again. They got a pretty thick stem, actually. I mean, we could decrease it down to 5 instead of 6, so that it's slightly smaller, and then just have a 5. You know, like a thin stem that goes all the way down. I think that would be pretty cool. This is fascinating. Oh, Heather, thank you so much. Heather says, this is fascinating. I'm a digital traditional artist. I never got into crochet, but my kiddo taught herself with Club Crochet. That's awesome. We did try a whale once. Try. Try making a pet rock. I think that's a really fun one. Try that. Okay. Or, you know, do whatever you want. But thank you so much for being here, Heather. And thanks for commenting and being nice. And hey, if everybody that's watching right now liked this video, it would help out a bunch. So please like this video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed yet. And hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with new videos. We do new videos like this all the time. And hey, you know, like, the least you could do for a free, cool, design-along flower, like this video. It's not even asking that much. All right, let's go ahead and get on crocheting on. Let's get our green yarn here. All these tail ends. I'm just going to keep these tail ends long for a second longer. Well, I guess I don't need them this long. Well, whatever. It'll be easier to keep them out of the way if they're long right now. So we're going to keep them long. Now this next round, we're going to be working all in those green stitches, and we're going to decrease it down, actually. Let's decrease it on the opposite side. So we're going to do one... We're going to start by doing 2 single crochets. Get into that first loop right there. Boop. Get that yarn out of there. We're going to do 1. And then here is 2 single crochets. And then we're going to do an invisible decrease. So we're going to go into the front loops only. So front loop here, and then the front loop right there. And then we're going to decrease that down by doing a single crochet into those front loops only for an invisible decrease. And now, now we'll finish this up with 2 more single crochets to get to the end of the round. You should have 5 stitches at the end of this round. 1, and then one last one will be right there. All right. Let's pull that out just a bit. I think that's probably good for our little tail ends. I don't anticipate they're gonna mess us up anymore, so we'll cut them nice and short. And let's go ahead and stuff those little tail ends back in like this as well. That'll help us out. Because now our calla lily is basically made, and now we just need to make a stem. Hey, come on, dude. That's pretty cool. I mean, here's the thing. I kind of wish it was like a little bit fatter. Maybe we can like kind of stretch it out a little bit. And then like kind of throw this open just a little bit. It's not bad though. I'm just being picky. But honestly, it's pretty good for off the cuff like that. Like, come on, dude. Look at how cool. That looks really cool, right? My mom's going to love this. Oh, she's going to love it. This is so cool. Okay. Kaylin, welcome to the stream. We are making flowers. I'm currently designing a brand new calla lily pattern for the site. I'm making this for my mom for Mother's Day. We'll go ahead and we'll probably make another one of these in white, so that she can have 2 of them. Now I'm going to just start single crocheting around. How many rounds are we going to single crochet? That is a great question. I don't know. But you know what? I can count. You can count on me counting. Let's go ahead. I'm going to create this little stitch marker here so we can count how many rounds we end up crocheting as we just do a whole bunch of rounds of single crochet. So we're going to do, I mean, I'm going to assume, I don't know right now, but I'm going to assume probably like 20 rounds maybe. Let's see if we did 1, 2, 3, maybe. Yeah, maybe like 20 rounds or more. We'll find out. We'll see. We want it to be long enough so that when we put a wire into this chain, it'll hold itself up and we can make it so it's standing up on its own and stuff like that. So that's our goal. So now we just got kind of a lot of single crochets. And while I'm doing those single crochets, let's hang out with the chat. Hello, chat. How are you? How are you? What is everybody making today? Anybody else making flowers? Anybody making anything fun? What you working on? What have you been working on? What do you want to work on? What you been crafting? Oh my gosh, you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, go check out Instagram. Go check out Zoe's Instagram. Zoe has been making goblins, and they made this really cool video showing like how they make all their goblins. They're using the club crochet pattern for goblins, but they look, dude, so good. They're like so cool. Did I see the dragon puppet? I did see that dragon puppet. I thought it looked very cool. And it's kind of funny. I actually made one very similar to that years ago, and I just never did anything with it. So I love it. I was like, oh my gosh. I gotta say, her and I have such a similar mindset. We have a very similar brain. And I love it. I've reached out to her once, and we were supposed to collaborate once upon a time, but we never did. So I need to do it again. I need to reach out to her and make that collaboration happen because I really want to work with her. I think she could do some really fun crochet with Club Crochet. And my idea is maybe she could do a character for Battle Gummies or something. I don't know. I'm going to reach out and see if she'd be interested because... I mean, we're both like Pokemon fans and video game fans and nerds and obviously crochet fanatics. We just are just like 2 peas in a pod, it feels like. Okay, is that stem going to be too small? I mean, it's pretty small of a stem. It also is like kind of turning in, which I don't love. So what I'm hoping for is when we do have a stem there, we can kind of like give it a bit of an angle, so that it looks a little bit more flowery. That's our goal. Yeah. my gosh, she made crocheted Lego bricks that work? That's sick. Have I played Pokopia yet? No, I haven't. I'm a little afraid to play it because I'm afraid I'm going to get absolutely obsessed. As most people do. And, oh yes, there's Instagram. There's Zoe's Instagram. Zoe is at zoetheunicorn.crafts if you want to see her cool goblins. Oh, hey, my mom is in the chat. Hi, Mom. My mom is in the chat. She's Mary. Hi, Mom. Look at the flower. Look at how good it's coming together. This was first try. Doesn't it look cool? So we decided on a calla lily. She was over earlier today and we were talking about what kind of flower she wanted. And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll figure it out on my own. I was thinking about doing an agapantha. If you don't know what an agapantha it is a crazy flower. It's like, it looks like a firework of a flower. Like a pom-pom almost of a flower. And I had an idea on how I was going to do it, but I realized it's going to take so long to make that. Because I need to make like hundreds of little flowers. And like, I don't think it'd be necessarily difficult. It would just be time consuming. And I didn't want to make a boring live stream. So I was like, well, maybe next time we'll do something like that. All right. Keep on crocheting on. My mom is coming over this weekend. We're doing a very funny Mother's Day this weekend. We are going to hey Tina, we are going to be fixing up our front lawn. So me and my wife moved into a house recently, and we've had like astroturf on the front lawn for the entire time we've been here, and it's really ugly. And my mom my mom has this incredible garden. Like, truly, no joke, it's the best garden you've ever seen in your life. It's beautiful. Her front lawn is so gorgeous and so cool, and it's low maintenance too. So my mom's like one of the best gardeners I've ever seen. Not like food gardeners, like she does grow some, pumpkins, zucchinis, things like that, but it's flowers. It's a real like, it's almost like a, what's it called when you're like a floral, like a botanical garden. It's almost like a botanical garden. It's so freaking cool. And so she was like, do you want to do it in your yard? And I was like, I would love to, but like that's kind of difficult for me to do. And she was like, well, let me help you. And then she's like, you want to do it on Mother's Day? And I was like, yeah, it's Mother's Day. We'll do whatever you want to do on Mother's Day. So we're going to be doing that together on Mother's Day. So she's going to come over and we're going to work in the heat in my yard building a garden. So I'm actually really excited about it. I think it's going to be a really fun little Mother's Day, hangout and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. And my mom says hi in the chat right now. I wish you could see her botanical garden. It's like so cool. It's so cool, dude. It's like, God, so cool. She got hummingbirds and butterflies flying around all the time. It's the best. Okay. How are we doing so far? This is looking pretty good. How long do we want the stem? Why don't we look at one of our other flowers to see how long we want the stem? Where did I put my other flower? I just had it. There's a sunflower. Oh, here it is. Alright, so how long do we make this sunflower? Because this is how long we want ours, if we can. If it was like this long. Okay, so maybe like half-ish of the way there. Yeah. Okay. Still got some crocheting to do. Alright, back to it. We also are going to need some wire soon. I think we're going to use... some like aluminum wire. Or for my friends across the pond, some aluminium wire. Okay, I will. Yeah, hey Mom, can you text me a picture of your garden when you can? Actually, maybe I have one somewhere. But if you have one that's like saved, I think I might have some from the wedding. I gotta say, Christina, I'm not gonna lie. Seriously, the start of this calla lily was really easy. It was only 3 rounds for the petal. And then this part, the stem is just easy squeezy. Honestly, we're more than halfway done, and we've only really been crocheting for an hour. So, no joke, Christina. I legitimately think you can do this before Mother's Day, even if you were a slow crocheter. I think you can do this in one sitting of crochet. I mean, this part, I will not lie, is the tedious part, the annoying part, but it's really not that bad. Now, no, I think the right way to do this would be to make the leaf now, before I get too much further. But I kind of want to make the leaf separate because I don't really know exactly where on the plant it's going to go. So I kind of want to make the leaf separate and then sew it on. Even though I know that adds a sewing part. But you could do it without sewing really easy. I just am not sure where it's going to go just yet, you know? So we're just going to keep things simple just to help us out a little bit easier. Hey chat, everybody in the chat right now, what is your favorite flower? I want to know. I want to know what some of your favorite flowers are. My favorite flower is the snapdragon. I love snapdragon flowers. Anybody have a guess on why that's my favorite flower? I wonder. I think you'll be able to guess it actually pretty easy. But I love snapdragons. I think they're so cute. And they're so cool and weird. I wonder what, snapdragons, evolved. They must have evolved in a way that was useful for very specific insects, because they're such a weird petal. So maybe it was a way to, stop certain insects from stealing their pollen, but encourage other insects. Because I know plants will do that very often. They'll, specialize with insects. Because it'll be more beneficial for their evolutionary, strategy of passing on genes and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm fascinated in botany. I think it would be really fun. Zoe loves violets because they smell delicious. I love violets too. Oh, a lotus. Favorite flower is a lotus for Christina. I think that's a really good one. What's a frangipani? Oh my god, I need to look up that. What is a frangipani? Frangipani. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, they're such cute flowers. Good answer, Timothy. Sterling Silver Rose. That's metal, dog. That's metal. That's exactly why, Heather. Yep, Heather got it. That's exactly why they're my favorite flower, because they can make them talk. They're little puppets. I love snapdragons because they're little puppets. So yeah, those are my favorite flowers. Oh, that's cute. Kaylin says that lily of the valley, because it's the national flower of Finland. Isn't that also poisonous? Not sure. Oh, dude, Gummy Gaming Gallery. Welcome. Loves lilies. Great. Me too. Daisies for crochet. Happy Jam. Love daisies. Who doesn't love a daisy, though, right? Daisies are meant to be loved. They're so cute. I love flowers. Anybody that doesn't like flowers, you know what? Okay, so here we go. I'm going to get on my soapbox really quick and talk about flowers and being a man. Because as a man, especially as a straight man, we are definitely not trained from a young age to like flowers, which I think is BS, dude. Flowers are awesome. They're one of the coolest things that exist on our planet, and I think it's not fair at all that oh, you can't be a manly man and like flowers. That's dumb. And maybe you've heard this statistic before, but most men like vast majority of men, won't get any flowers until their deathbed. That is a fact. Because no one gives men flowers, ever. And that's not right. In my opinion, I don't think that's fair. I think men deserve flowers. I think flowers are very cool, and we need to get over these what are they called? These sexist stereotypes about flowers. And let men love flowers too. That's my opinion. And I think it's the right opinion. Okay, we need some wire. We need to get prepared with our wire, because I don't know how much wire we're going to need. And I also don't know where I put my wire. I don't know where to put my wire. I've used it recently, so it can't be that far. It can't be. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, there it is. I found it. The wire. Ironically, as a straight woman, you're not a flower girl. I think that's fair too. I also think you don't have to like flowers if you're a girl. I think that's also stupid. Like what you like. Oh my gosh, Cooper, you're so freaking cute. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, cutie patootie alert in the chat. Cooper says that's why they crocheted the guy that they like a rose. I love that. Okay. So this is the wire we're going to use. It's 18 gauge steel galvanized wire. And we don't need it just yet. Yeah, we don't need it just yet. We can be patient. Fine, I'll be patient. We'll be patient. Okay, let's see. How far are we? Hey, my mom just texted me a picture of her garden, so I'll put that into the Discord later. Hey, if you haven't followed the Discord, you should go check out the Discord channel. Or Discord community. You can find a link. I think there's a link just in the description of this video. If you want to go check out the Discord. Alright, let's keep on crocheting on. Only a few more rounds to go for our stem of our calla lily. And then we can make the leaf. And then that is that. You guys, how cool! We're going to have a new flower. I have to say, like legitimately, I would say 2:50. So 2:50 p.m. We started the live stream at 3 p.m. 2:50 p.m. I did not know what flower I was going to make. I was legitimately like, I don't know, maybe I'll do a Agapantha. I was like, maybe I'll do pansies. Maybe I'll do an orchid. And then I was like, what other flowers haven't I done? And I was like, oh, I haven't done a calla lily. Oh, how would I do a calla lily? You know what? I think I could figure that out live. And then here we are. Sure enough. A couple hours later, and we almost have one finished. Isn't that cool? That's what you get on the Club Crochet channel, guys. And if it's not a reason to subscribe yet, then I don't know what else is. Like, if you like to crochet and you like to design, or you like to just even watch and hang out and make cool things, you're in the right spot. Oops, sorry about the dings. That would be my mom texting me pictures of her garden. I love that. Alright, how much longer we got here? The flowers look so good. Thank you so much. Heather. Oh, there's another ding. Hold on. There we go. We'll just keep that open because I think it won't ding as much. Oh my gosh, you guys. I wish you could see the pictures of this. I'm going to post these in the thing later. Next up is a snapdragon. Does that exist? A crocheted snapdragon? I mean, I don't know. I feel like people crochet flowers quite often, so it totally could exist, but I've never seen one. I ain't never seen one. Not yet, at least. Oh boy. Alright, how are we looking here? I don't want to get too long. Well, no, we do. We want to get it. We want to get it pretty long before we add the wire, because it's going to be really hard to crochet around the wire once the wire is already in. You know what I mean? So we're going to try to do it all the way through, and then add the wire at the end, which might be a little annoying to get the wire into the crochet, but I don't know. I think I can do it. I believe in us. Do you believe in us? If you believe in us, give this video a like. Oh, hey, speaking of giving this video a like, give this video a like. No, speaking of, we're going to be doing a really cool live stream next week. So if you are around on Tuesday, that is the 12th, May 12th, we are going to be doing a really fun live stream all about Battle Goomies, the new game that I'm working on, where you can actually crochet. It's a trading card game that you can crochet. So we're going to be talking all about the new game, how it's played, how it works. It's currently being play tested, so the rules are not set in stone. So I'm going to be looking for feedback during the live stream. We're going to try playing a game together and learning all about all the characters and things like that. So if you are looking forward to some kind of fun thing like that, then you should definitely subscribe, hit the little bell icon, and go check out the Louie's Loops channel. You can find that at Louie's Loops. That's where I'll also be live streaming, probably more often about the game. I'll be live streaming from the Louie's Loops channel than the Club Crochet one. Because the Club Crochet one's more about, like, here's how to crochet, whereas the Louie's Loops one's about, like, here's fun things you can do with crochet. And also on the Louie's Loops channel right now, I have been doing a series called Sharing My Crochet Without Overthinking It. And it's exactly what you think. It is me on camera sharing a different crochet piece every single day, and telling you about the lore of that piece and about how I made it, or just some fun facts about it. They're really short. They're only like 30 seconds each. I'm on day 8, and tomorrow's is really good. So if you want to find out more about that series, just go ahead and subscribe to the Louie's Loops channel. Again, that's at Louies Loops. Louie's Loops. That's me. Okay. Let's see where we're at here. Hey guys, that's pretty close. I'm going to say like 4 more rounds. So only 20 more stitches for 4 rounds. So let's go ahead. We're going to just count these stitches down, and then we'll add our wire, and then we'll make our leaf. So 20 stitches here. Let's see. 1, and we'll count the rounds after this too. 18, 7. No, wait, hold on. This one doesn't work. I want to work with this. Let's try that stitch again. Hold on. Undo that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Back to it. That was 17 stitches left. 16. Go. 15. That clock pattern is on the website, actually. 14. 13. Yeah, if you want to make it, it is currently on the website, and it's free. I made that one free also for the flower patterns. Just for today. So it will not be free by the end of tonight. 11. So if you want to crochet it, check it out at clubcrochet.com/flowers. 10, 9, 8. Almost there. 7. There we go. Jeez Louise. And 6. And wait. There we go. 5. 4. 3. Only a few more. 2. Last stitch. That was our last stitch right there. Okay, let's make sure it is as long as we want it to be. So this was our sunflower. Nice. It'll stretch out a little further than that too. Perfect even. Perfect even. Okay. So now we want to do is cut the yarn because we're going to use this to sew it closed. And let's count how many rounds we made. So from right here, hold on, those are decreased round. Okay, so that's 1. Hold on, we're going to do some counting. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32 rounds. Almost exactly 32 rounds. Wow. 32 rounds. That's what that is. Okay. Let's pull this stitch marker out because we don't need that no more. And now let's get the wire going. Where did I put it? I literally just had it. Oh, I put it back over here. Okay. So here's the wire. Oh, I got an eyelash in my eye. That's not where you're supposed to go, eyelashes. You're supposed to be on the outside of my eyes, you goofballs. Get out of there. Oh gosh, hold on. Oh, that's gonna be in there forever. Okay, well, we're gonna have to deal with that later. All right, here's how we're gonna do this. We want to pull this wire out long enough to be double the size of this length. So if it goes down to here, we'll go a little further. So like right here, and we're gonna fold that in half and pull out to match it. So all the way out to there, like this. There we go. All right. So now we've got a long piece of wire. And we got to bend it together like Beckham. And there's a few ways we can do this, but here's the way I'm going to do it. I'm gonna use I use pliers for this. I'm going to use a plier right here. Hold it together. I'm going to start bending it together. You know what actually we're going to do? Let's get a little extra in here. We're going to use this bad boy. See this? This right here. This is a vice grip. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put it right down here. You won't be able to see it. But this is going to help us wind this way easier. I'm just going to close the vice grip on this. Here, actually, I'll switch it to the face cam for you so you can kind of see what we're doing a little bit better. Yeah, and here, can I turn this down a little bit? Okay, well, you're going to see it best you can. It's currently on a vice grip that's connected to this, and all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start winding this together by hand. And the goal here is that we want this to be double its, like, thickness of wire so that it really has a strong wire, and that way we can kind of, it'll hold its shape a little bit better when we want to like keep the flower standing upright or whatever, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. Hey, again, please let me know what you guys think about what we're doing today in the chat. I am here and hanging out with you. Wait, you saw I wrote a book? You bet your bippy, Heather. We talked about it a bunch last week. But let me tell you all about it right now. So we did. I wrote a book. It's coming out in September. I'm very, very excited about it. It's called Crochet Goomies. It's a giant world that I created called Goomia. And in Goomia, it is a land of a bunch of crocheted critters and creatures and beings that are all called Goomies, or Amigurumis, if you want to know their technical term. And Goomies are different kinds of creatures. There's a bunch of different kinds, some of which you will recognize if you've been a fan of this channel for a while. So like the Burbs are going to be in this book. We're going to have a bunch of goblins are going to be in this book. A bunch of sweet stitches bunch of characters from the Woolly Woods. And every character that you come across in this book, you will, you're going to get better and better at crocheting because every character has some new technique or a weird stitch or something like that, so that every time you're crocheting something new, you're getting better. And then it finishes up each chapter. There we go. Look at that. We finished up each chapter with a boss pattern that uses everything that you learned as you were going through your chapter, and puts it to the test with a big boss character. And then in addition to that, every character has a story to it. So look, this is the wire, by the way. It's a little longer than we needed, but that's okay. What we're going to do now is we're just going to place it on the bottom of this right here. And we're just going to slowly but surely go up without coming out of the sides. Go up the side of it, like that. And we don't need to go all the way up. That's probably good right there. Nice. Okay, and what we want to do now is we want to cut this end. So I actually wound it a little bit longer than we needed. So we're just going to cut it right here. There we go. Not too shabby. And then we're just going to sew this part closed at the bottom. Okay. So as you're going through the story, you're meeting all these characters, and there is a little story about each character, and then there's an overarching story to every chapter. So every chapter has like a little story. So like in one chapter, you're going through the mountains of the Batonian Bluffs, and you're meeting dwarves, and then you have to finish it by defeating a dragon and stuff like that. But then there's also an overarching story to the entire book. There's this terrible rip in space twine above Sweet City. Hey, and look at this. We're going to close this up. Ready? Nice. Put this back in the inside right there. Like this. I'm just going to hide this end. Like that. Nicely done. Okay. So, technically, we're done. But we want to add a leaf now, because we like getting a little extra, and a calla lily with no leaf feels wrong. So we're going to add a really long leaf here. We want it to be going from probably like all the way down to like here. Let's see. If we have this so that it can stand up on its own, it would probably wind up around like this, you know? So we have it wind like that to create a little base. I just want to make sure it can be big enough of a base so it'll stand up on its own. And then that's where we can start bringing the leaf from. Honestly, I think that even this will stand up on its own if I balance it right. It's pretty good. Okay, cool. So yeah, we can start from right there. And what we want to do is we want to create a leaf that starts from here, and it goes up to probably about like that long. And we're going to do a pretty simple leaf, I think, for this too. Okay. So, let's put this one to the side. We'll put this to the side just a little bit right now. And we'll grab, oh, is it lagging? I'm in Lagsville. Uh-oh. We're in Lagsville right now. Population, us. Uh-oh. YouTube is not receiving enough information. Oh, stop it. Okay, wait, let's pause there. Let's pause here. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. Are we still lagging a bunch? We don't want to be lagging. Is it the audio too that is lagging, or is it just the video? Is it still lagging? Please let me know in the chat. Because we don't want to be